everybody, this is Will Kestner, Smith salesperson and computer history aficionado. I am joined as always by my co-star Caffeine. Japan has followed the Netherlands and the United States in creating some semiconductor manufacturing equipment export controls that will affect China as well as 159 other countries. China has begun to respond to global export restrictions. The Commerce Minister specifically called these Japanese export controls a wrong practice. Chinese regulators have also gone on to slow approval of mergers and acquisitions within China for U.S. businesses. This new review process will go into effect for any company with revenue over $117 million. It will affect some current deals, MaxLinear's $3.8 billion acquisition of Silicon Motion Technology, as well as Intel's $5.2 billion acquisition of Tower Semiconductor. China has asked the World Trade Organization to look over U.S. export controls. The U.S. states that these export controls are matters of national security. The U.S. has claimed over the years that many companies that market consumer products are actually in some way attached to Chinese military. Really, this conflict is at the intersection of economic policy and military policy. It is very messy. One potential counter to global export controls, China may place export controls on the U.S. for rare earth minerals. While China's share of the global rare earth mineral production market has gone down over the years, it still remains a very healthy 70%. Should these controls go into effect, it could slow down the U.S.'s ability to transition to battery electric vehicles. But China is also currently experiencing a slump in their auto market, and as a result, rare earth minerals have become much less expensive. It's hard to say what the time frame for these proposed export controls would be. The EU is working on their own U.S. CHIPS Act style semiconductor subsidy valued at $47 billion. Even the U.S.'s allying governments have been forced to make additional investments to stay competitive globally. A key goal of this legislation is to bring EU chip production to 20% of the global market. To better serve smaller EU members who may not have their own chip OEMs like STMicro, subsidies are being considered for the entire chip supply chain. Samsung Display has planned a $3 billion mobile OLED panel investment. China has really taken over the lower cost LCD market. So Samsung Display is now looking to increase their yearly production capacity of mobile OLED panels. Kyocera is going to invest $470 million in new plants over the next 6 years. In anticipation of a strong long-term semiconductor market, as well as ceramic semiconductor components, Kyocera will build a new domestic advanced semiconductor materials plant. This plant is expected to be operational by April 2026. They plan to increase their capital expenditure significantly to grow their semiconductor business. Improved supply is driving growth in domestic auto sales. General Motors experienced a 17.6% improvement in Q1 sales over last year, and Tesla experienced a record number of deliveries on the back of price cuts. While many other global brands from Korea and Japan have also experienced sales improvements, Toyota actually fell 8.8% over the same period. Enterprise AI has exposed a number of chip makers to further growth and hype. NVIDIA, AMD, TSMC, and Applied Materials are benefiting from generative AI competition. Advanced enterprise AI chip demand has been driven by Microsoft's domestic competitors and Chinese internet companies. Consumer demand for PCs and mobile devices remains depressed, but chip investors are banking on iPhone-like demand in the AI space. Japan's industry ministry targets $112 billion in domestic semiconductor revenue by 2030. At Japan's peak, it held 50% of the semiconductor market worldwide. Now that number hovers closer to 10%. The entire semiconductor industry expects to see growth alongside the move to renewable energy sources and battery technologies, so it's seen as a hedge against economic uncertainty. Thanks for taking the time to watch my video. I am a salesperson here at Smith. If you have any questions about anything regarding electronic supply chain, specific product families, or a question about a story that I mentioned today, please let me know. All these subjects are a lot of fun to discuss, and it is my job. Until next time, have a great week.